it's hard to know what's going to work, and traditional marketing is getting less and less effective. I think, what we all really need to do is evolve our way of thinking. So we need to get inside the hearts and the minds of our customers, and we need to go deeper. We've got to understand how to make an emotional connection that inspires them to action. And one company that has done that exceptionally well that we're going to talk about today is Stone Brewing Company. And Stone, over the past 18 years, has built a loyal following of passionate, engaged fans, and they have not spent a single dime on advertising. So we're gonna talk about some of their best practices as we go along today. I'm also going to answer 3 main questions. How can you reach customers in a world where they are in control of the messages that they receive? How can you motivate them based on their inner values and attitudes and beliefs? And how can you measure and increase the effectiveness of the ROI of your marketing campaign? So we're going to answer those 3 questions. So what we're experiencing is a connection failure. While we're more connected than we ever have been through email, through social media, social marketing, we're always on, we're feeling less and less connected with each other and less connected with brands than we ever have been. So we're looking for brands to fill that need, more of a deep psychological need in our lives. Another thing that's happening is a shift in society overall. Whereas before, we were concerned about having our basic needs like food and shelter satisfied. Now, for most of us, for the lucky ones, we have those needs satisfied. And so we're looking for brands to fill more higher order needs like feeling safe and secure or giving us status. Another shift that is happening is in a balance of power. So according to Nielsen, 92% of people trust reviews and recommendations from friends and family more than any other form of marketing. Do you guys believe that? Where do you go when you're gonna, make a decision? You Yelp it, right? Amazon, where's the first place you scroll? You scroll down and you read those reviews and recommendations. So a brand is no longer what a company says it is, it's what people tell each other that it is. And that's an important shift that we have to recognize. Now, brand loyalty is also decreasing. People are looking at brands and products almost as interchangeable. And millennials are demanding transparency from companies and authenticity. Yeah, and people are tuning out marketing messages. Hear, hear. So yeah. So it's always been critical to target the right audience with your message, but now more than ever, because audiences are media savvy, they're informed, you've got to go beyond traditional demographic segmentation, and you've got to really motivate people based on what they really care about, which are their inner values, attitudes, and beliefs. So what are values? Values are the driving force behind what we think, how we feel, how we behave, how we communicate. They're defined as guiding principles or inner desires or beliefs in our life. And they motivate everything that we do. So I think, when you guys think of values, what do you traditionally think of? Do you think of like conservative values, liberal values, family values? They actually go much further beyond that. They actually go much deeper. So values are the motivating force. You can think about them almost as the who, what, when, where, and why behind people's decision making. So they guide the decisions that get us closer to those desired goals in our life. So understanding the motivation behind people's decisions is what the key is to values-based marketing. Does that make sense? Tracking, great. Okay, so think about the brands that you love. And let's actually call someone out. Maybe Ariane, do you mind writing for me? So think about brands that have made an emotional connection with you beyond just a product or a service.
Lululemon.
Okay, we're gonna be. Yeah, that's great.
Let's not ask him why.
That's great. Yeah, we'll be talking. Actually, we'll be talking a lot about Lululemon as we go forward. So, any others? What about one of my personal favorites, Apple?
GoPro.
Starbucks. Go Starbucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
GoPro. Okay. Think about why you love them. And one thing that all of the most successful viral marketing campaigns have in common is They make a deeper emotional connection. They go beyond just promoting their product or service or entertaining, and they actually capture your attention by making a connection with your values. So let's talk first about Chipotle. Chipotle was called by the Motley Fool as one of the most innovative fast food companies out there. And they've done that because they go beyond just marketing their product and they make an emotional connection. And their whole brand is built on the premise of food with integrity. And what that means to Chipotle is driving world change through sustainable agriculture. So they're all about paying attention to the way that your food is raised in order to make a positive impact in the world. So you might think, hey, it's a burrito. They may make a good burrito, right? There's a lot of great burrito companies out there. To Chipotle, and I'm quoting from their advertisement here, it's not just a burrito. It's a foil-wrapped, handcrafted, local farm supporting, food culture changing cylinder of deliciousness. Yeah, so they go far beyond. They had a viral video that articulated their values and really talked about why they cared about sustainable agriculture, and it got 8 million views. So it totally took off. And important point to note, their stock has increased over 500% over the past 5 years. So I think what that shows is that a brand that puts values at the forefront of their marketing campaign, it really can pay off in dividends. Now let's talk about Lululemon. So Lululemon, over the past couple of years, they've gained a lot of market share, they've grown, but they have done some major faux pas that have actually alienated a lot of their customer base recently. So Lululemon embodies they embody values that are not consistent with what people traditionally think of as yogic values, so inclusivity and diversity. So their CEO came under fire recently because after a recall of a line of their products, he suggested that they might not be a good fit for all women's bodies. Suggesting that, of course, for the skinny women, that's their target. But and so there were several other faux pas. They were accused of greenwashing and of racist marketing practices. And they are now on 24/7 Wall Street's list of brands most likely to disappear in 2015. And their stock price is down 34% over the past year. So let's see, there's a couple more ads you can see here. Now, a lot of companies, ASICS really is putting features and benefits to the forefront. They're talking about stability and perfect balance, while you can see Nike hits right to the heart of emotion with their My Butt is Big campaign. It's a good one. According to a recent study by Edelman, 92% of people want to do business with companies that share their beliefs. And the first step in reaching those potential customers is having a clear understanding of your own company values and beliefs. Picture your best customers in your mind. Now, how much would your business grow if you could attract more of those best customers? How about if you could double those best customers? Would that be meaningful in your businesses? Yeah? Well, then you'd have 2. Would that be helpful for you?
It's 100% growth.
100% growth, yeah. So when forming long-term relationships with brands, companies are always more likely to form them with brands they feel respect the values that they hold true. So your best customers are most likely to be those customers that actually share your values. Your most loyal and passionate customers. So think about the 80-20 rule. So if you focused on the 20% of customers who are most aligned with your values, think about the ROI that you could potentially achieve. So let me walk you through. This is the process. So you've got your company values that translate down to making an emotional connection with customers that share those values. They love your product and service because they're going to have a great experience. They review, refer, and share, and they turn into loyal, engaged, and passionate fans. So values are the missing link in creating these deeper, more profitable connections with your customers. As a marketer, they're going to be your best resource to predict what people are going to feel, experience, consume, what they're going to share. Who here would like to have a recession-proof marketing strategy? Right. Who here just wants to do the status quo? Who here wants to just get out of here right now? Yeah. Well, everything else about a person and everything else about the marketing world, it's always going to change. But values are a constant. And so understanding values is going to give you the information you need to make smarter decisions in the future. Now, it doesn't matter what's trending on Twitter or what those hot buzzwords are. That's not necessarily going to resonate with your customers. But knowing their values is going to allow you to create an emotional connection. And that's going to empower them to make decisions that will satisfy their needs. And that's going to make them happier, more satisfied customers. And like we talked about, happier, more satisfied customers are going to be more likely to refer, more likely to buy more often, and more likely to share. So values-based marketing, if you think about it, it's a win-win for both customers and for the company. Great. Thank you.
That's awesome.